dance in the background.
That's a good idea. Vikram is wondering whether he should dance in the background, and I think that's a good idea. What do you guys think? Anyway, welcome back. This is another weekend trip, and we are off to the Isle of Wight, which is an island just off the south coast of England. It was mentioned in a Beatles song, one of my favorite Beatles songs. Vikram, you are a Beatles fan. Can you name the song?
Isle of Wight?
Yes.
In a Beatles song?
Yes.
I have no clue. Which one was it?
Think about it.
Okay.
You also think about it. I might actually let me announce a contest. I'm going to give out a prize to anyone who gets the answer right. But please, without googling, let's be honest, no Google search, please. So anyway, coming back to our vlog. So we are going to Isle of Wight. We are right now in Portsmouth. This is one of the harbours from where ferries to Isle of Wight leaves from. So obviously it's an island. We have to cross a water body in order to reach it. It's in the English Channel, and there are loads of ferries that run from a few different ports in South England. The distance from Portsmouth to Isle of Wight is the shortest. So this is the route we are going to take. We obviously are in a car because the car is going to go into the ferry, and this will take us an hour from Portsmouth to the harbour in Isle of Wight. If we were on foot without the car, we could have taken the hovercraft, which would have taken us only 10 minutes. So if you're not burdened by a four-wheeler, then you have far more options. We arrived to Portsmouth last night. Honestly, I wanted you to be a part of our journey from London to Portsmouth. But I had a long day at work. My phone was running low in charge. There was a massive amount of congestion in London last night. It was end of office hours on the beginning of a weekend. Plus also there was this England-Scotland football Euro match last night. So it was all a bit chaotic, and our tempers were running high. We had lots of
It wasn't
discussion.
A pleasant journey.
Oh, I should stop moving my hand because this gesture control music system gets activated every time I talk. Anyway, it wasn't the most pleasant journey you would have experienced, so we decided to not include you in it. We stayed last night in a hotel called Duke of Buckingham, which is just 3 minutes drive from the port area where from the ferry is going to leave, and it is a very nice pub hotel. It has a pub obviously, so you can get food and drinks. They don't serve breakfast though, but there are lots of cafes nearby. The room was lovely, spacious, clean. I have nothing to complain about the room. It was amazing. Well. And yes, the people of Portsmouth are so friendly. So as you can see, we are right now in the ferry, and it has just started to leave the port. There is one of the top attractions of Portsmouth. It seems to be a very beautiful city too, and we have to come back to explore it exclusively. Portsmouth is also, I think it's the birthplace of Charles Dickens, so you may have a Charles Dickens trail coming up soon. But at the minute, let's just wait for the ferry to take us to Isle of Wight. So we have reached Isle of Wight. We came from Portsmouth to the port area called Fishburn in Isle of Wight, and the journey took us 40 minutes. We were expecting to be in the ferry for an hour, but it took less than that. Not complaining. It is about 10:30 in the morning on a Saturday. We are on our way to our hotel. They have agreed for an early check-in. We are going to dump our luggage, have a look around, and then start exploring the coast. I have been super organized this time. Took my lesson from the trip to Dorset a couple of weeks ago when we went for the Enid Blyton tour. And if you've watched it, the link is, if you have not watched it, the link is going to right up here. And if you have watched it, you might remember that we had a a little bit of difficulty in entering a few tourist spaces because they all wanted us to pre-book our tickets. That's just part of the COVID infection control thing. They don't want too many tourists in the same area at the same time. So this time I've booked every single activity, every single lunch, dinner, breakfast reservation that I could get my hands on.
You've outdone yourself. You've outdone.
No. This is a normal. This is how holiday Pritha is normally like.
Okay.
I was lazy and slovenly last time, but not this time. You learn your lesson. So let's go to, what's the name of the area? Ventnor. Ventnor. That is the area where our hotel is located. It is a very beautiful spot. That's what Vikram has promised me. Let's see if he lives up to his expectation. We have got into our room. This is called the Enchanted
Manor.
Enchanted. No, what's the name of the room? Enchanted. Trust Vikram to not remember anything. Anyway, so you see they have a 4-poster bed, very elaborate decoration, and this is the bathroom area. It's not a different room. It just has a curtain.
It's actually very cool, right? It's just got curtains to differentiate, like separate it out from the main bedroom.
Yes, but considering that you have a keen sense of smell, I don't know how impressed you will be with this one. Having a direct communication with the rest of the room.
I'm sure.
Okay, they have bubble baths and bath salts because I was wondering, since they have such a nice tub, I wanted to take a long relaxing bath sometime tonight. So this is the first place we are going to explore in Isle of Wight on this trip. It's the Garlic Farm Shop. Isle of Wight is a small island. It has only about 4,000 inhabitants, but it has its fair share of agricultural glory. And the vegetables they are known for are asparagus, tomatoes. I heard that tomatoes here are delicious. I know he's a big tomato fan. And the other spice that is among our favorites is garlic. If Vikram were to marry a vegetable, it would be the garlic. He uses it in almost everything he cooks, and we absolutely love the smell of garlic. So when I found that they have a dedicated farm with a shop and a restaurant for garlic, it was a no-brainer, honestly.
It's a must-see, must-visit.
Absolutely. So we are going to go in first, but before we need to change from trainers to wellies because I don't want to get my shoes spoiled. So I may have gone a bit overboard with my garlic shopping. Loads of jars of garlic. These are for snacking. That's super hot tomato salsa, garlic mayonnaise, a vinaigrette with garlic and white wine. Other stuff too. Hot garlic pickle. Hope it doesn't land us in a pickle. And then some more snacking garlic here. And also Vampire Slayer seriously hot sauce. So both of us can tolerate really hot food. Very Indian in that aspect. And some garlic bulbs too for cooking. I was honestly expecting Vikram to buy much more of garlic because he likes to put it in all our food. And both of us love the smell and the taste. But anyway, we have got some garlic puree here to help us with the cooking. There's a variety of garlic called black garlic too, and we have some of that and some chocolate beads. Let's see, lots of varieties of seeds. Now, My family has a farm back in India, and my father has an intense love for agriculture, and he grows a variety of vegetables and flowers. And every time one of us goes home, we take some vegetable seeds for him to grow, and then we later get to enjoy them. So garlic butter here too, as you can see, smoked garlic butter, oak smoked, and then with parsley, thyme and black pepper. I am hungry already. We have got lunch reservation in the Garlic Farm Cafe.
That's a lot of food.
So we are at the Garlic Farm Cafe restaurant, and as you can see, this is our lunch, full of garlicky stuff. Roasted garlic that side, mushroom cooked in garlic, and everything else has garlic, even our drinks. So Vikram is having a garlic beer, and this is my garlic vodka. I wish you guys could smell it because it does smell of fresh garlic.
Safe to say we are not going to be kissing anytime soon.
Well, we'll both be smelling of garlic, so it's fine.
No vampires.
Okay guys, that was amazing. Definitely one of the best food we have experienced in recent days. We are heavily smelling of garlic and barely tolerate each other right now, but hey, no complaints. So we are going to have another little walk around and then head towards our next destination. So we are at the Osborne house. Victoria and Albert used to stay here when they visited Isle of Wight. This is a palatial house with sprawling gardens and acres of woodland. It's 4 o'clock now. The house is going to close at 5, so we'll make our way there.
I'm not it. Oh, yes.
So you have just seen. What are you doing? Behave
I'm
yourself.
trying to act interested.
Behave yourself, please. So you have just seen. This is what you come up with when you manage to colonize half of the world.
Including one of the most prosperous economies of that time.
Absolutely. So no point beating around the bush. It is a fact that India was one of the richest countries or richest parts of the world with lots of natural wealth. And then the British came and got most of our stuff to stuff their museums and palaces. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm sure you'll agree with me. But I did feel uncomfortable looking at all the expensive items that Victoria apparently got as gifts from India.
A lot
Come
of ivory
on.
items, a lot of gold and silver inlaid
We
items.
all know what that means.
There-
Let's
there were
not
also-
pretend.
There were also lots of photographs and pictures which pointed to a deep connection with India. Like there were lots of photographs of Indian queens and Indian princesses, as well as
Maharaja Dilip Singh.
as well as Maharaja Dilip Singh, as well as lots of people from the first Bengal Lancers. Apparently, they were one of the foremost regiments.
Well, they had their allies, otherwise, how would they end up
Yeah.
ruling over us for two
Yeah.
centuries? I'm appreciative of the fact that they managed to conserve everything and all the items are in top order, but I still don't feel comfortable about colonial loots. It's not something that I agree with, and we were having this discussion
You don't
yesterday.
need to feel comfortable. You are the one who suffered. They
I
need to feel uncomfortable. You shouldn't feel
Yes. Oh, yeah.
uncomfortable.
Yes. No. Yeah. That's true. Yes. They should feel comfortable about
They
the
should not
dark
feel
era of
exactly.
history.
Exactly. Having said that, I think the last stateroom, it was beautifully made. It was quite an act of workmanship. It was apparently made completely of plaster, so they managed to recreate the entire look of a divane house of an Indian palace within one of their dining rooms.
Yeah. So
Like,
it looks like marble work, but it's not real marble. It's
Yeah.
recreated with plaster, as you said.
exactly.
So we are out in the terrace now, which is beautifully decorated, as you can see, and we can see the sea out in the front. We're going to have a walk around this lovely, amazing garden. So that was Osborne House for you guys, which is maintained by an organization called English Heritage. We are members, so we didn't have to pay for tickets, but we had to book our slots in advance. That's coronavirus infection control rule. We are now on our way back to the hotel, which is right across the island at the other end. At 6 o'clock, we have a little thing with the family who owns the hotel. I told you it's a family run hotel. They're nice people, very warm, and they want to enjoy a glass of champagne with us. But before that, I desperately need to shampoo my hair. I've got the worst hair in the world, and as you can see, it is in a pretty bad condition right now. Actually, in all honesty, if I don't blow dry my hair, it does not look presentable. And I'm pretty certain that my mother, who will definitely watch this video, she will ask me why I did not bother to comb my hair. So Ma, I did comb my hair. It's not my fault. I blame your genes for this. So there was no point in blow drying my hair yesterday because I was in theatre all day long, and the minute I wear my surgical cap, whatever blow dry I do gets spoiled anyway. So there was just no point in making that effort. But hopefully after a nice shampoo, it is going to be in a better state and I can enjoy my glass of champagne without having to worry about my rubbish hair. So finally I've had my shower and I feel like a normal human being. My hair is nice and washed, feels and smells nice. I feel better about myself now. So remember this morning I told you that the family who runs this hotel are into a more eco-friendly, ethical way of living. They themselves follow plant-based diet, but if you wish to have other kinds of food here, they will be happy to arrange it for you. But the default food available for breakfast is plant-based, though they are not preachy at all about it. The toiletry that's provided in the bathroom, they are also organic, handmade. They have a soap bar that also doubles up as a shampoo and a conditioner bar that also works as shaving cream. Vikram has very good reviews about its utility as a shaving cream. He tried it this afternoon, and I must admit, as a shampoo and conditioner, in addition to the fact that because they are bars, they are obviously less wasteful, but quality wise, for the purpose of shampooing and conditioning of hair, it is top class. My hair actually feels much softer after its use. I am going to quickly dry it with my DHT travel hair dryer, but I know that this is going to be different to the other hotel shampoos that I generally tend to avoid. If you hear music in the background, that's coming from the turntable. They have kindly provided us with a few LPs and ABBA. my disco favorite is running. So I've had a quick chiggle before I went for the shower. And we have already had the champagne with family, by the way. But because it was a nice, friendly, intimate kind of a gathering, I didn't bring out my camera. There was no point recording our every move. It just feels impersonal. You know what? It already is time for our next meal, which is dinner for tonight. We have a reservation at a pub, which is literally a stone's throw from here. It will probably take a minute if we walk, but none of us is hungry, so we might just grab a few drinks and then come back. Let's see. I don't know if Vikram is in a mood to leave the hotel because he's watching some kind of a match. Football, cricket, he can't decide. There's an India-New Zealand test match, is that correct? And some Euro football match going on, so he can't decide what he wants to watch. So that was nice. We obviously weren't enough hungry, so both of us went for salads and local gin and tonic. Do you remember the name of the gin?
The mermaid gin.
The Mermaid, yes. It's a local Isle of Wight gin. I had the pink variety and it was lovely. We will be walking back to the hotel. The sky was overcast all day long. It wasn't the best of weather, as I'm sure you could appreciate. And the sea is right there. The dark grey bit that you can see at the horizon is the sea. It has been this color all day long, in all honesty. So we didn't even try to go down the beach. It wouldn't have made much sense. Let's hope it clears up for tomorrow. কালকে কি করে দেখো আমরা তো এলাম আজকে আশ্চর্য. So we are walking back to the hotel. What do you think about my hair? Doesn't it look much better already?
There's one adjective for your hair: windswept.
It is windswept.
Like the countryside. Yeah?
If you have watched Friends, as I'm sure most of you have, if you haven't, you probably do not belong to our generation. But do you remember the episode where they went to the seaside and Monica's hair immediately turned into a humongous size? And Chandler mentioned something about Monica turning into Diana Ross every time she's by the beach. That's me. The humidity doesn't suit my hair at all. So we have reached the hotel. I'm not sure how much of the hotel I showed you this morning, but the name is Enchanted Manor and the theme is magical, mystical. They have statues of mythical creatures even. Vikram booked it because he's a big fan of the genre of magic realism. And my goodness. Okay, someone seems to be in a hurry. Yeah, so let's show our friends the hotel we are in. morning. It's a brand new day. The weather is still gloomy, cloudy, probably it's going to rain a bit. Welcome to Great Britain. Can't expect much better all of the times. We are taking a short walk from our hotel. We are staying a few hundred yards, no, not a few hundred, a few yards from the coastal line in fact. And right at the seaside, there's a place called St. Catherine's Lighthouse, which was constructed probably about a couple of 100 years ago because this place observed a rise in shipwrecks in the vicinity. I've been told that it's a beautiful view. So let's see what it has in store for us. I think we are very close to the sea. Oh my goodness, I can see St. Catherine's Lighthouse now.
That's beautiful.
I don't know if you guys can see through the mist, but it's stunning.
It is.
I'm terribly sorry guys. I know a lot of you are interested in watching food videos and pictures, and in all honesty, I had intended to record us having breakfast. The food was lovely, very well presented, delicious plant-based food, and I enjoyed myself so much that I completely forgot to switch on the record button on the camera. I'm really sorry about that. Bad YouTuber alert, but I promise I'll try to remember to capture our every move going forward. So we are in the car, as you can see, driving through a scenic route off to our next destination, which is at the other side of the island. Okay, so we are now on our way to the Needles and New Battery, which is a fort that was built many years ago for a war that never happened, but subsequently for both the world wars it proved to be of value. Now it is located right at the edge of a cliff, offering stunning views across the coastline of Isle of Wight, as well as on a good day. Sadly today it is not one of those days, but on a good sunny clear day you can actually see the coastline of Dorset, which if you have watched our video on Enid Blyton Trail, you will know that it is my favorite part of England. There's no car park nearby. This is also a National Trust property, but there's only a private car park which is about 15-20 minutes walk from the battery. But I could see a public bus just go by, so I think if you take that bus you can actually go closer to the destination. And there's some disability access as well.
So those three rocks are collectively called the Needles, and they look freakily like the ridges on the back of a giant whale or something, right? And on the right hand you can see a chamber, an almost dilapidated chamber, which houses an ancient searchlight. So this was a searchlight which was used to locate any potential enemy warships or submarines in the sea. The battery was built around 1862 in anticipation of a war which never happened, and therefore it's also called Palmerston's Folly.
Palmerston was the name of the politician who commissioned the fort.
Correct. And the guns, the anti-aircraft guns that we saw up there, the huge 9mm mortar shells, those were used, I think, only once during Second World War.
This is where we are right now.
Okay.
So this is mainland England. This is the Dorset coast I was talking about, my
Yep.
favorite part of the country. This is Isle of Wight, and this is where we are, near this
Okay.
old battery. There's also a new battery that side,
Okay.
but it's closed for visitors now because of this whole COVID business.
Right.
Now this is Mortiston Manor Garden. This is going to be our next stop. Okay, so we are in Mortiston Gardens. There are nature trails and also a very well maintained, decorated, manicured garden. So I noticed that Vikram and I, at least I have already completed 10,000 steps today. So to celebrate, I am going to treat myself to a cone of ice cream. And then Vikram, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, no, I am thinking that we are not much hungry now, even though it's lunchtime. We had a hearty breakfast. So let's just buy some random little treats.
Okay.
And then go for a walk, and if we find a nice spot, we'll sit down and do a little
Have
picnic.
tiny picnic.
Yes. How does that sound? Okay, let's get something to eat then. So we are now in the coastal town called Cowes. If you arrived by ferry from Southampton, this is where you would land. We came straight here, we drove straight here from Mortiston Gardens. In fact, we arrived about an hour ago, but both of us decided to take a short nap in the car. No judgments, people. This is our holiday. We are allowed to take a break. So we will have a stroll down the beach, or whatever is called the beach here. There's no sand, and that we can see. It seems to be a popular place for yachtsmen. So we'll have a look at all the fancy boats sailing by and smell the sea breeze, prolong our lives, and then head over to our dinner destination. It's booked at 7:15 in a place called Murray's. We'll have to locate it. I don't think it's too far away from here. Chip karo. Vikram, we are recording.
Bottle water.
Oh, shut up!
You want a bottle of water?
Shut up!
So that's the end of day 2. This is Sunday night and we have an early morning ferry to catch tomorrow. It leaves us at 8 o'clock, which means we have to wake up at 6 in the morning, have breakfast at 6:30 and be ready in the ferry terminal by 7:30 ideally. I've had a long relaxing bath. I feel completely zen. Vikram is trying his best to annoy me and for some weird reason he has decided to watch Pretty Woman for the 1000th time now.
I love it. I love it. It's cliched, but I love it.
Anyway, good night guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning and we'll get back to London and let's see where we can be off to next. Any suggestion for holidays destination in UK? Let us know.